Hello, everyone. My name is Elijah Holden, and I'm going to be talking about the Italian Renaissance and the Northern Renaissance and how cultural and societal ideas were portrayed through the art of sculpting. I know most of you all know what a sculpture is, but I'll explain for those who don't know the literal definition. A sculpture is a three-dimensional art piece made by one of four basic processes: carving, modeling, casting, and constructing, often made of white marble, bronze, or wood. A fact about possibly the most famous Italian Renaissance sculpture, the sculpture dated by Michelangelo, it stands at a height of 17 feet tall. The first star of the show is the Italian Renaissance. It is best described as a new way of thinking about the world and existence. The reason for the start of the Renaissance in Florence was because so many artists started finding inspiration in Greek and Roman culture. The term Renaissance translates to rebirth. The artists during this time were rebirthing the new ideas and new art styles. This period of time in Italy was a complete change for art. The artists focused on a more naturalistic style and appearance, meaning they were very interested in how the human proportions worked. Leonardo da Vinci was known for studying the human body. He created the Vitruvian Man, which is the sketch in the center of this slide. He was so interested in the human form that he would often cut open corpses and study the body. Artists had an interest in humanism and realism, meaning they often painted people in a naturalistic way in everyday life. There were plenty of key sculptors from the Italian Renaissance, but I'm only going to focus on a few. There was Donatello, who was known for his sculpture of David as a boy; Lorenzo Ghiberti, known for his bronze casting of the doors; Leonardo da Vinci, known for the Virgin and the Laughing Child; and Michelangelo, known for the statue of David and the Pieta. I have chosen to focus on the statue of David for the Italian Renaissance. Another little fun fact: the statue itself weighs about 6 tons, and that's about 90 adults. So, with that information, I thought it was a good time to show the backside of the sculpture just to leave you thinking. The statue was built from 1501 to 1504, so at the completion of the statue, Michelangelo was only 26 years old. Learning that information was a little depressing, honestly. The sculpture was carved out of a singular piece of white marble. The immense detail that is seen throughout the body is extremely impressive, much being seen through the physique of the abs and the legs, but I wanted to draw attention to the hands of David. You can see every vein in his hand that shows the dedication that Michelangelo had to creating this in a naturalistic way. David is standing with what is contrapposto, meaning he has all weight on his right leg in a relaxed manner. And of course, if we have the Italian Renaissance, I must discuss the Northern Renaissance. I took to the duty of giving the Northern Renaissance a personal Elijah definition, the same thing but different. A little bit about the Northern Renaissance. The Northern Renaissance took place north of the Alps, that includes Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. This was the first time that was made accessible to the merchant class in this region. There was a lot more of a focus on Gothic traits and features, and most artwork had dark psychological undertones. I chose three key sculptors from the Northern Renaissance, the first being Viet Stas, best known for the Gothic altar; next, Tilman Riemenschneider, known for the tomb of Lorenz von Bibra; and Klaus Schluter, known for the Well of Moses. For the Northern Renaissance, I chose to discuss the Gothic altar by Viet Stas. The Gothic altar is the world's largest altarpiece. The sculpture was constructed out of bronze and took Stas 12 years to complete. And we all know what a triptych is, thanks to Professor Baggs, but this piece is what's called a pentaptych, meaning that it has 5 different portions of artwork. The altarpiece has bronze gilding everywhere throughout. The bronze pops off the mostly blue background. Above 3 portions are 2 stained glass windows that allow very dim lighting through to give the piece darker shadows. There is not so much emphasis on the proportions of the figures. That is due to them all wearing long silky robes. The faces still have the naturalistic detailing, just as the Italian Renaissance. The emotions on the faces really show the Gothic focus of the North. So, what are the key differences between the two? The Italian Renaissance had a strong focus on the natural forms of the human body and a purpose of man, aka naturalism and humanism. They put emphasis on relaxed and naturalistic poses, and a lot of work was a result of a patron. The Northern Renaissance put a lot of emphasis on Gothic ideas and stylization. The art was psychological and meant to be thought about, and the artists were not so much focused on idolization, more so on the realistic abilities of man. I kept this in a very simple format just because there's so much history behind the Renaissance. But I just wanted to say thank you all for watching and listening. I hope you're able to get a little bit more information of the sculptors and sculptures in the Renaissance time. I feel like a lot of the focus during this time period went to the painters, but there's also a lot of emotion felt through sculptures as well. Thank you for your time.